hottest in the game, here to put you on. Come on, this business. Welcome to Twinness.
Good evening. This is Teacher McDonald here, Alternative Community Studio.
And I am Tanika Gillard. I am naturally yours.
How are you doing today?
It's wonderful. Today is my son's 17th birthday.
Happy
And it's
birthday,
been
nephew.
thank you. It's a quiet day. I'm happy that we don't have snow and that the sun is out.
Okay,
How about
okay,
you?
okay. Yesterday we got the snow, but it was pretty bad up in Pennsylvania, but it was okay when I got here to Delaware.
Okay. All right.
Tanika, I just gotta grab my notes real quick. It's right there. It's gonna take 2
Okay.
seconds.
Okay. So you guys, y'all are watching the Twinness, and today's topic is finding your ideal client. And this is not just for the hair industry. This is for any industry, finding your ideal client. So that's what we're going to talk about today for a little while.
Yeah, just for a little bit. So how do you find your ideal client?
I don't think I find them. I think they find me. I think my clients find me. You know, but there are limits to who my clients are. Sometimes it's just not the right fit. So a lot of times if you speak to a person, sometimes that's the ground one. Some services that I don't offer, they're not my ideal client, or maybe our vision or, scope might be different. So you wouldn't be ideal for me. So because I might not be able to give you exactly what you want, how you want it. So you wouldn't be an ideal fit for me because I'm not a copycatter per se. Like I had an assistant that would do your hair straight to the T right from the look that you gave. And I'm not that person that created that particular style. So mine might be just a little bit slightly different than the original. So if you want a copycat, I'm not your ideal and you're not mine as well. But if you want someone that's going to do exactly to the T, you need to find somebody for me for that particular thing.
Okay, so we want to say thank you for watching us. We are coming to you live on StreamYard. We're coming to you Facebook, YouTube, and on Roku. All right, so that is out the way. And Tanika, actually, that was one of my notes. It is talking because I got a client this week, and again, this is across the board, guys. It doesn't have to be beauty, but he was asking me, do I do a Jerry curl? Now, the thing is, if you looked on my website, because that's how you found me, then you would see, because the communication is right there. It might not have been verbal, but it is in writing. I'm known for natural hair care and braiding, locks and braids. So when he asked me, do I do a Jerry curl? Well, it's right there clearly that I don't do chemical services. So, but he didn't call it a Jerry curl. He kept saying a BB curl. So I said, what are you talking about? What is a BB curl? And then he said, the relaxer with the perm rods. He was clear enough to say that. And I said, yeah, no, I don't do that. So communication is key. And it doesn't matter the form of communication. It could be talking like we are now, but it's also in writing. It's also in what you see online, because people are on their phones and they're, on their computers, and it's clearly there that I'm a natural hair care salon.
Okay, I got two things out of that. First, okay, now on my services, I do natural hair, but I don't do lock extensions. And it's not because I don't know how, I just don't have the interest in doing them. And so I did have a young lady that found us online. And so she came to me and everything, showed me what was going on with her hair. And I told her, I can't help you. And I took her to someone that could help her. I could see what the issue was. They were heavy in the front and the back was really nice and symmetrical, but whoever did the front didn't do a good job. And so I took her to someone. So even though I do natural hair but I don't do lock extensions, I was able to point her in the direction of someone who could. And then when you say communication in writing, when you go to the website and you see the list of services and your policy, And so like on my policy says no refunds, and that's clear communication right there, no refunds. But, you get issues with that anyway. And so you would not have been my ideal client to begin with, because my ideal clients have a different standard. My ideal clients are going to come when they book their appointment, and they're going to let you know ahead of time that they're going to cancel. And my ideal clients know me, that I'm not going to cancel or bail on you unless I have an emergency. And that's only with my daughter who has special needs. That's it. So I think that communication in writing, verbal communication, they all are important.
And your ideal client would be one that respects your time. That's what I hear you saying. And, respect your professionalism, which is another one of my points. So my ideal client would be one of professional image. And really, it's how you present yourself is the kind of client you're going to get back to you. So, anytime I have, my girl, she comes in there quite often, almost every week she comes to visit me. So, and every time she comes, she just loves the energy of the salon, because every time she comes, she meets someone different and it's a different vibe, but it's always a positive vibe and people pick up on the vibes. Yeah. So it's how I present myself and to the others, and then the others present themselves to each other, and it's just always like some kind of camaraderie. And so the way you present yourself is what you're going to get back.
Okay. And to that effect, I could say this about where I work. Randall's, he has a professional atmosphere. And so people love, even though it's a barbershop, the ladies don't mind coming in. Even sometimes we have to make the ladies come through the front instead of through the back. They still don't mind because there's no cat calling and stuff like that. So I think that that does set the tone, because the men are respectful. They hold the door open. They're not going to cat call you and everything like that when you come there. But then everybody knows me as the sarcastic person. So, they're used to my sarcasm, and I'm not always dressed professional, but they are always, I'm always encouraging to them for all that we do. What I do in life and what I do in business and what I do professionally. And I think that brings a different, caliber of client, because my clients, they don't whittle me. Even when I went up on my prices this year, they don't try to bargain me. One of my clients is the one who told me to increase my prices. She thought that they were too low. And she actually came earlier today. She was like, you need to increase your prices. Your work is just too good to just be at this level. So, but they don't nickel and dime me. They don't say, oh, do I get this off of, or can I have a refund? They don't, they don't do that to me. Those are my clients, because they appreciate my time, my professionalism, and, the communication is open. I had a young lady who found me, her mother found me, and this was her first time there. And she loved her hair. I mean, she said, I can't believe the time went by so quickly, just being there, and that was box braids. You guys are watching Twinness with Tisha and Tanika. We're just talking about finding your ideal client, and that's in whatever capacity. Go ahead, T.
Yes, any capacity. So far we only covered two things, guys, and I think we have two more to go. One is talking, your communication. That's how you're going to attract your ideal client. And the other one was your presence. What do you bring to the table? How are you presenting yourself? Because, it's all in how you present yourself that you're going to attract or deflect someone.
I have to say this. So I hired a girl. This is a different career. She is supposed to be tech marketing. Okay. And I've been working with her. Hey, Sheena. I've been working with her since the end of November, beginning of December. My stores are supposed to be up and running by March because it's special needs awareness. They're not done. She gave me this list of all that she does, all the services. And I finally had to cut her off because I'm paying each month and I don't have nothing. And so now I'm back at square one. So even though you presented yourself in a way as able to do, you didn't come through on what you said you could do. And then you have too many personal issues along with that. So, and I should know about your personal issues because we're doing a professional business. So she was not my ideal person, and I really should not have been her ideal client because I like stuff done like this, whereas you moving at a snail's pace.
Let me ask you this question because brings me to my third point. Was she a referral?
She was not a referral. I found her on a site, and I was like, okay, this is what I need. And then she sent me all of the list of everything that she could do, which takes me back to, we like to deal with specialization. You can't send me this list of everything because you just know how to do, but you're not really eloquent in any of it. You know how to put it together, but are you really efficient in one area? Or, because obviously the small task that I asked still wasn't done. And so now I'm having to go back and do it myself. And y'all know I'm not tech savvy. It's not my thing.
Off topic, Nikki.
No, I'm not going off topic because I was not her ideal client, and she was not she should not have been my ideal person, to work with because she didn't meet the standard. And your ideal client is going to meet the standard or go above.
Okay. So my third point was referrals. How do you attract your ideal client? And that would be referrals, because people who know you and know your personality would know what kind of client you would want to take in. So that is another way to attract your ideal client. And for beauty purposes, word of mouth is everything for us. Even our presence is a lot for us. So referrals. I got a referral yesterday and she was a great referral. However, I don't know, but she was a good referral. But sometimes you refer people and you really don't know if it's going to be a good fit. I had another referral for something else. And like you, supposed to be doing all of this stuff for me for my corporate stuff. And I didn't even realize, because I do what I do. I'm paying you to do what you're supposed to do. And again, it's the personal stuff that's coming in that you can't complete my professional stuff, my corporate stuff that I need done. And so I had to let him go. And I moved on. And I try to, and we always talk about supporting each other and stuff like that. But, sometimes you just really can't. And this was a referral and I've been using them for years. And now I just had to say no more. I can't.
Exactly.
Anymore.
No more. I mean, and it's the same thing, T. I mean, the person was like, yes, I could run your ad. It was taking forever. And, I have other people on the side that I have that ad running in 2.5 seconds, and it's taking you months to get an ad. So I tried to give the second chance, just looking at the profiles and stuff, looking at her profiles and stuff. And I tried to give the second chance, but I'm like, that's just you draining my energy and you draining my money.
Oh, yes. So referrals is another way to get your ideal client, because your clients know you and then they know, but then and sometimes they will say, don't hold it against me. They will try and cover their own selves. And I like when my clients don't give a price, because their price might not be the next person's price. I might give that client a discount just for the referral. So, I like that they don't disclose their prices and that they send a referral and they give them my professional phone number, not my personal phone number. I had one client that kept referring people, but giving them my personal number. I said, don't do that. Give them my business number. Don't give them my personal number. So that was it that I had for referrals. Anything else for you, Nikki? I have one more.
Go ahead.
You had touched on it, and you said that your client said, raise your prices. My thing on my paperwork was your talent, your work. Your work will get you that ideal client. if, like I said, it's not even a referral. If they see me walking down the street and they like my hair, oh, Tisha, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, who does your hair? Oh, I do my own hair. So my work is showing for itself. Oh, I like your makeup. Who does your makeup? I do my makeup. Do you need a makeup artist? I am showing my work. When I do Tanika, for example, and she's looking fabulous with her fuchsia color or whatever, oh, who did your hair? Oh, I went over to Alternatives Beauty Studio. Let me give you her number. That's a referral, but it's also your work showing itself. Like Tanika said, this person on her website, it says that she does XYZ, and so her work showed that she was capable or able to do it, but then when she showed up, she didn't show up.
She didn't follow through. Yeah, she didn't follow through.
She didn't follow through.
Yeah, I've had people follow me in the supermarket about my hair and ask about my hair. And some days I just think I'm looking whatever, but you never know. Other people see you in a different way. I don't have my makeup on or something, and I'm just thinking I'm looking whatever way, but others see you different. You look professional or, good enough for them. So,
Yes. Yes. So, guys, we just wanted to talk about attracting your ideal client in any profession, actually, in any profession, because some of these points that we pointed out can work in any profession, not just the beauty industry. When I say, when I go outside and I look, that's because of my industry. But, if you get a referral, if your personality and your presence is great, that's going to attract people to you. You attract who you are. You know what I mean? If you are a good person, you're going to attract a good person. If you have a good personality, you're going to attract a good personality. I've never had a client that's come in with negative vibes. Nobody wants a ho-hum client. Oh, like, woe is me all the time. No, when you come to Alternatives, you get, how are you doing? I'm awesome. I'm awesome in the fact that I'm just an awesome person. And then I'm awesome because I just feel good. I'm just awesome, And so when I don't say I'm awesome, when I say something like, oh, I'm doing good, they're like, what? You're not awesome? Because they're used to me being awesome. So, when you talk to your clients, whether you communicate online, or your website, your Instagram, your Facebook, people are looking at the pictures. People are looking at what you've done. They're going into your LinkedIn. They're going wherever they can find you, and they're Googling you and they're searching you. Let everything be consistent. That's your communication, and I think that was it. Your talent, your work. Okay.
Yeah, I think sometimes you'll get a client. You do get one bad apple sometimes that can spoil the batch, but you just knock that one out and say we're not a good fit for each other. So let me just refer you to, and sometimes go ahead.
Okay.
In this industry, sometimes we'll pass off and we'll say, hey, I'm sending you this client, but, and that's bad when you get a referral or someone is sent to you, but you already know the underlying tone. It's like, nobody really want to deal with you. So I'm just going to keep passing you on. You don't want to be that client.
That's true. That's true. It was something that you said, and I can't remember what it was. Oh man, it just left me. You don't want to be that person that's just passing along. But I know I just got a referral this week, and it's because I do straight hair. I do locks, and I do it on all ethnicities. And this person just didn't have the time. She knows how to do it. I taught her how to do it. So it wasn't because she couldn't do it or didn't have the talent to do it. It's just she didn't have the time. So she referred him to me, and I texted her right away. I was like, are you setting me up? Something like what you just said. And I was like, are you setting me up? And she's like, no, I just didn't have the time in my book for it. But also what I wanted to say, sometimes you can have one bad experience with that client, but it might be just their day is off. And so I would give the client a second chance. I had a client that came and she got some twists done. And when I did her, I said, do you want any kind of parting? Do you want it left, right, middle? Do you want any? No, doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't want a part. And then maybe 3 weeks later, she said, Tisha, you didn't put a part in the middle, so I can't just split it. And I said, well, when I did your hair, I asked you, did you want it left, right, center, anything? And you said you didn't care. You didn't want a part. And so she said, well, I kind of thought it was automatic that you would give me a center part and then just make the parts. And I said, now I could have been offended, but I wasn't, because, you know, she told me do it, whatever. She didn't really care. But then 3 weeks later, she realized she really did want that center part. I said, come in and I'll do it. You know, we just took out this front little section here and then I just put a part in the middle.
Right.
Guess what? She came back to me yesterday and I wasn't offended when she told me about the part in the middle, and I was happy. Now she's going to be a long-term customer. She said, thank you for not being offended for what I said. Others would have taken offense. You know, they would have given me an attitude. This, that, we had such a great time yesterday. She just got engaged. I was so happy for her, you know, and so I'll always give a second chance. Sometimes the first meeting is not a good meeting.
Right. That's true. Y'all are watching The Twinness with Tisha and Tanika. We are streaming live on Roku at Voice of Promise TV. We're also here on Facebook and on YouTube.
Yes.
I always get confused, T. I always get confused. So thank you guys for joining us. We're just talking about finding your ideal client in whatever industry that you're in. Now we just chit chat and we hit on some points of really communication is always the key to anything, to any relationship, to any foundation is communication. So clear communication, you know. I have a new client. She's coming this weekend, I think Friday or something. And so she has locks. And so she booked online and everything. And then she said, you could look on my page, because I didn't know if she had micro locks or whatever, because she wanted interlocked. And so then I saw her hair online. I looked at her pictures and everything. And I said, your locks are kind of small. And she already had told me she only grooms them every 3 months. And I told her, well, the price online is based on a 2-hour service. Anything over that is X amount of dollars per hour. And she said, thank you for letting me know that. I will be there. I appreciate your upfront pricing. I understand that 2 hours is the standard. I said, yes, because my clients come every 6 to 8 weeks, but it's been 3 months. And she said, yes, because I do my own hair. And so I only do it every 3 months, but she did not nickel and dime me again, because she's an ideal client. She's going to just pay what it is due. No problems, no questions
it's
asked.
almost like a karma thing, you know. Karma is like what you throw out there is what you get back. Like my clients don't nickel and dime me, but when I go to a restaurant, I'm not sitting there nickel and diming the tip. I'm going to give you a better than tip. You know what I mean? I'm not going to, I probably won't even settle for just the 18%. I'm probably going to give you that 20%. You know, so it's what you throw out there is what you get back. If I'm going to be a giver, I'm getting givers. You know what I mean? So it's also a karma thing. You know, I don't know if people believe in that, but if you do good, you're going to get good.
Right. So, yeah. So I was just appreciative of that. You know, she said, just look on my site. And I just looked, I'm like, oh, this girl got so much hair.
And it was something someone else said. And I had to think about it. And, I had to say, this is true. She said, don't complain about the gas prices. Be happy that you can afford the gas.
Absolutely.
The cost of the gas is the cost of the gas. If you can, you just be grateful that you can afford to fill your tank.
Yes.
So it's like, I remember back in the day when I was struggling a little bit more. I was like still new to the industry and everything. And it, things would just catch me. What? It costs that much to do XYZ, and now to me, it is what it is. And maybe sometimes that comes with, as you get older, as you get more settled in your profession, stuff like that. So sometimes it takes like a maturity, to really get that in,
Yeah. And just on that, and it's totally off topic, but just with the gas prices, everybody's saying that now, like, you know who your provider is. So let's not worry about it. It's not, it's been going up since forever. $2, $3. Now it's $4, going on $5. And so, but it's just the thing. It's just the gas and the food is expensive as well,
Please. Gas, food, and now the rents are going up. So why would I, as a profession, I see everything is going up. And as a business owner, you guys, that means your stuff may have to go up as well. You have to eat the cost, and it just goes round and round, I mean, for me personally, I travel from Delaware to Pennsylvania. If the cost of gas is $4.50, let's say, and I'm driving these hours back and forth to service you, I have to raise my prices, you know?
Well, I have several catering friends, and one had posted, with the price of food going up and the cost of gas as well, their catering services cost is not going to be $500 for a gig. It's going to go up as well, and you have to respect that. That's their time, their money, their preparation, all of that.
Yes.
So yeah. And that's a professional, and they're just letting you know in advance. So,
Yes. All right, guys, that was our show tonight, was how to attract your ideal client. And it's really, very simple. If you want somebody to respect you, you got to respect them. If you want them to be professional, you have to first be professional. You want to show up on time. And that's one thing that people know, like, I'm always on time. I'm never going to be late, and you just got to respect people's time, and they need to respect yours from the gate, from the beginning.
I have to say, and I don't know, but finding your ideal client, I think that if you specialize, and we talk about this a lot, if you specialize, your ideal client is going to come to you. Because if they're looking for specifically braids, if they're looking specifically for makeup that you do, or facial massage that you do, or whatever, if they're looking for something specific, they're going to seek you out as the authority. And so when you have a blurb of everything, that's not ideal. You want to zone in, on your specialty. I think that that's important too, unless you're a master educator or something like that, because, I know teachers and stuff like that, educators, that does it all. But if you're going to specialize, I think your people will find you better. Like I'm in a class now, and my person, she specializes in that subject area only. And so I'm looking to learn a lot from her within this whole year. You know what I'm saying? Because that's her specialty. So I think that that's how you find your client, is when you are not trying to get every client. Your ideal client is going to attract
niche it
you.
down.
Yeah. Thank you for
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. All right, guys, we want to say thank you for watching. We will be here next week. And we're going to keep it business. We're going to keep this month as our business month. So if you give me a second, I have my calendar.
Okay. So you guys, we both work in the hair industry. That's why we're twin this. And you can see our banners behind us: Alternatives Beauty Studio and Naturally Yours.
Okay. So we are in the month of March, guys. And see how professional we are? We have our whole year planned out for you guys. Our whole year planned out for you.
Yes.
So next week,
we have a vacation coming up later.
Yes.
For the summer break,
Yeah. No, well, it's coming up in March.
No, not that one, T.
Okay. Policies and procedures is next week. You have to have your policies and your procedures in place. Just like how you said about your no refunds. So next week, this month, we're just talking business, guys. And today was attracting your ideal client. And next week will be policies and procedures. All right. I'm going to say good night and thank you for joining us. And we will see you next week
on Twin This.